back and thank you for staying. Now, Apostle, it looks like the men...
It looks like, I like that word.
Yes. It looks like the men are more prone to the mental health illnesses even than the women who are out there loud.
Yeah.
How do they seek for help?
Okay, so let me do a little correction. Now, World Health Organization find out that women are more prone to mental health issues.
Okay.
But the reason why we don't see them suffer or the conditions aggravate is because women seek counseling early. They talk. Women are conversationalists.
Yes.
You have a friend, you talk to your friend. You express what you are feeling. So expression, like I can call something conversational therapy. There are sometimes all you need is someone to listen to you.
Not to say anything.
Not to say anything. You just want, because we call something emotional ventilation, where you ventilate yourself. That's how you heal emotional wounds. The first step is to ventilate. When you live in a room where there's no good ventilation, the room is stuffy. So the same way, a lot is stuck inside because something cognitive stagnation, where you are stuck in your mind and your heart. You want a lot you want to say, but nobody wants to listen to you. If you have no one listening to you, it's chaotic. It's mentally accidental. So a lot of men don't talk. They don't speak. So they don't ventilate. So the smoke gets stuck within them. This is why men, although women, because women are more prone, because women are emotional beings, men are more prone to logic.
Yes.
We have to think, reason, and all those stuff. But women, they are emotional people. They are more prone to emotion. But because they seek help early. Most of my therapies, women I do therapy for.
Women.
Yeah, women, I'm depressed, I'm not. It's women. They seek help early, so we diagnose and all those stuff. But the men don't really. They don't want to because of societal stigma.
Exactly.
So we will need to do a lot of awareness campaign. I want to run a campaign, and that will stand about men health also matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, men health matter. Men health, the man and his emotions. A lot needs to be said about the man and his emotions. So what must they do? They must learn to ventilate. Find somebody you can talk to, a colleague. But you see the men, when men are stressed and they are distressed, they are mentally down, they go for drug. Once women resort to talking to friends, colleagues, the man will go for addictions, alcohol, just to keep in.
And sometimes even more women.
Yes, you understand that? So these days, it's now women are now resort more to not drinking now. Women are drinking a lot now. When they are depressed. That's how come most of the antidepressant drugs.
For some of them, they say it works. Does it really work?
You see, you must find a way to heal yourself naturally. Because drugs, most drugs that you are taking, they are not even healthy. So when you get addicted to antidepressant, you become like an addict. So a time will come where, when I don't take this drug, I can't sleep. Do you understand that one? So you are not addicted. You see, so although you say it's help, but they become like I said, most of these antidepressant drugs, they can become very addictive. You need it like cocaine, heroin, where they get so addicted to it, they cannot just stop. So we don't really encourage the drugs, although they are there. But when you live on it for long, your system reprogram, understand a particular language that I can only sleep with this drug. I can only smile with this drug. So we should be able to help them with therapy, with counseling, to be able to understand that what are healthy lifestyles you can engage in. For example, I mentioned the 5 major happiness hormones. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. There are equally activities you can engage in that will produce these things within yourself. Then you can be happy. But drugs, you can. But like I said, it's a caution. When you start too much, become addictive. You become addicted to it. Your system will only begin to run by them.
Now, we have come to accept the fact that stress is a normal part in life. Being depressed is normal. Being anxious is normal. Being nervous is normal. Now, to the average person, all these things are normal. So how does he get to know that he's mentally ill?
Okay. For example, when you begin to have what we call irritability.
Oh, I didn't even mention that.
Yes. Things just irritate you. And it's more than 2 weeks. We all, once in a while, something will resent you. Something will irritate you. But you realize that this is your colleague. For the past 2 weeks, everything is irritating him. You are not mentally stable. That's why I said that mental illness are conditions that affect your ability to think, to feel, and to act properly. So you begin to become irritable. Little comment, you get angry. Little advice suggesting you are man. So irritability, aggressiveness, eating disorders. Your eating habit has changed. You eat abnormally, or you lost appetite for eating. You just don't want to eat again. You don't feel like eating because something emotional numbness. Where you are numb emotionally, you lost the ability to feel, ability to relate, your ability to communicate. You are emotionally numb. Most of these things, they are just the signs and symptoms. Sleep disorders. Either you sleep too much.
And the men really experience these things more.
Oh, they experience it more. They experience it more. And they must resort to proper care. But they resort to only two things. Either what? Drugs. Or what? Alcohol or most social abuse and stuff like that. That's why most men, that's how come the men mentally, they have mental illness more. Most crazy people, most men. Yes. Our prisons, more men go to the prison than the women because of these things that the men don't open up early. Men must open up.
To the average person, all these things are normal. So even if they see it on somebody, they think it's a normal life the person is living.
Yeah.
How do they approach somebody? What would make them think that this person is at risk of mental illness?
Okay, so you can't approach anybody to tell them that you are at risk of mental illness, except that the person is under your control. Okay. When you have a son, when you have a daughter, that's when you have control over them. You have a husband, you can relate very well. There's no tension. You can be able to approach your husband. Oh, I think, are you okay? Is everything fine? I notice. You go nicely. Oh, I noticed that for the past 1 week, you've been irritable. You've been this. Is everything okay with you? Sometimes that's how best you can approach people. I noticed that, last week to this week, you've not been too, a little thing, you get angry. Is everything okay? Are you sure that you are feeling okay? I noticed since last week, you have been so moody. You don't want to talk to people. You just come quickly, you go. Like, you go that tangent, try to find and make inquiry, solicit for information. If they open up, they open up. If they don't open up, you can't do anything. Like I said, in dealing with these mental health issues, people have to admit that they are. Then you can help them. If they don't admit, you can't help them. We need to name to nail. If you can't name, you can't nail.
That simply means that if I have a colleague, I can't help them in any way.
No, if you have a colleague, the best way you can do is to understand them. So don't be vindictive. Don't be judgmental. That's why emotional intelligence, I handle a series on TV on MX24 where we spoke about emotional intelligence at the workplace. We need it now because when you are emotionally intelligent, you can easily, noticing other people's emotion, noticing their mood swing and all those stuff and how to respond, not reacting.
To respond.
You don't react. When you react in the negative, you respond positively. And responding is always positive, like a patient at the hospital. Yes. He's reacting to treatment, it's negative. He's responding to treatment is what? Positive. So you respond to them. Oh, his mood this is not him. Something has happened to him. Can we be a little patient with him? Can we be a little considerate? Can we give him the benefit of the doubt? Can we make a little room for him or her? This way we can help you. But when you become more vindictive, more judgmental, more cynical, you aggravate the issue. So you need mentally intelligent people to handle people who are experiencing most of this. And that's why emotional intelligence is one of the major key to mental health now. And if you are a wife, please make your lab comfortable for your husband.
That's the next thing I want to ask you. Do the women have a role to play here?
They have a major role to play. Can I tell you, women are beautiful things. One of the things every man needs is a good woman. The cure to the stress of every man is a woman.
How? No, how? Because
a man cannot exist without a woman. You know why God made even your body, the body of the woman very soft?
Tell us.
But then the man's own is hard.
Tell us.
Because women must be a place of comfort, a place of heaven, a place of peace. Women are like still waters. When men they come into the garden. A man must come to the garden of the wife, still water, where he will be still, where he will be calm. That's how come if you marry a man and you are not loving, you are only lovely, you lose the man. When you are lovely, you are nice, you are catchy, You understand that one? It's attractive. But when you are not loving, most wives are not loving.
But they are lovely.
But they are lovely. Nice hair, nice makeup.
Yes.
They smell nicely. So don't just be lovely. Be loving. Else, if you are just a lovely wife, you watch, do everything. The man will go to a woman who is loving. So most men go to women who are loving. The man wants to put his head on the lap of a woman that will smooch his back and calm him down. And you know the voice every man wants to hear at the end of the day is the voice of a woman who will say, "Hi, darling. I know today didn't go well, but I can feel your pain. I'm here with you. You need to talk. Talk to me. I won't judge you. I won't condemn you." Most men want to hear this voice. But guess what? The voice they hear is the voice of accusation, the voice of blackmailing, the voice of more demand, more money, more stress. Women has a major role to play. If you understand the power women have power. They can give it to their husbands. Good sex is a power because sex is therapeutic. Don't deny. Sex to the man is food.
Food for life.
It's food. Just like you don't punish your child with food. So you don't punish your husband with sex. Because to the man, sex is food. Because they have been wired for that. It makes the man emotionally stable and calm. It makes them think properly. So when the woman begins to deny the husband, do you know how many husbands today, their wife deny them sex? They stress them in their house. They don't allow them to sleep with them, even touch them. It's all adding up to the mental disorientation and disorder of most of the men.
I think it's because we've not been educated enough to accept the fact that sex is therapeutic.
It's therapeutic.
We think that either the man is worrying the woman too much with sex, or the woman is favoring the man with sex.
Why most women also don't? That's how come down now. Women now complain about they are not having orgasm. You know, a lot of women are not being satisfied.
What's the reason?
They are not being satisfied because they don't even communicate well with their husband. Because a lot of women don't even reach orgasm. And they are also pretending about it. They pretend that this sex thing is just about the men. Yes. But it's not really about men. Women enjoy sex more. Not men. Men do all the hard work, trusting, coming in and going out. It's the man who does should I give you what a man loses after having sex for one round? Women only lose about 5% of their water level.
5% for men?
You
you want to
do you know that a lot of men can have sex and then they get stroke?
I've heard of a couple, yes.
Even yesterday, I was advising a man who was saying that, "Oh, Rana, I am back. I want to chase the girl." I said, "Oh, you are old now. You are about almost 60 plus. If you sleep with girls who are 25, they have energy, they'll drive you. Your heart can't take it. You will be panting."
Really?
And the man pant. And you see, your sexual organ, the male sexual organ, it has to erect with blood. It is the flow of blood, the rush of blood through the penis that gets its erection. Now, immediately you are having erection, your brain seizes.
Your brain seizes?
Oh, yeah. Blood doesn't flow to your brain. The blood comes to your...
Wait, for the period, is if it's 3 to 5, 10 minutes, your brain seizes.
Because you see, more blood, your brain does not receive more blood supply.
Whoa.
That's how come that the nerves that control the intelligence of the man is the same that control the sexual urge. That's why when a man begin to indulge in sexual premuscular activity, he loses his brain. Even as a son, as a young boy in school, when the boy is very brilliant, he begins to follow girls, do all those. So you realize that his intelligence begins to go down. It's the same because the nerves that control your intelligence are the same that control your sexual urge. So when a man is erecting and having erection to ejaculate, you check them. One day, try if you are married, your husband, you see their face when they're having erection. You see that the vein, you see their face like peel. Because that's how you see that when you watch the male penis when he's erecting, go. You see the veins will come on it. Because the thing is very fragile. What makes it very strong is the blood that flows. So when the blood is flowing through it, it doesn't flow to the brain. So 2 months sex can kill the man. So men who have had heart conditions, high blood pressure, should reduce how much sex they have. Just like when you have a heart problem, you don't need too much jogging, too much hard exercise. It's affecting your heart.
Now, you mentioned that we shouldn't be judgmental.
Yeah.
In stigma,
Yeah.
people are not just judgmental. They consider you, the person, as outcast.
Yes.
Does it in any way tell the affected, the victim, that because these people are not accepting me, let me go to where they will accept me, or they condemn themselves outright?
Okay, so we have types of trauma. We have to, people don't know this one, betrayal trauma. Betrayal. We have abandonment trauma, where you've been abandoned. We also have what? Rejection. Now, these fall under two, rejection and abandonment. It produces a lot of trauma. You know, a lot of guys, when they have been abandoned when they were young, fathers abandoned them, mothers abandoned them. These are childhood trauma. We factor all of them into our post-traumatic what? Disorders. You understand? And so all this trauma, when you feel that you have been abandoned, rejected, people don't want you, how do you feel? Every human being wants a belonging, a sense of acceptance, a sense of appreciation. I want to be appreciated. I want to be recognized. I want to be honored. I want to be reverenced. So it's an innate desire everybody has. So praise people, honor them, appreciate them, hype them. They feel okay. So one of the reasons why we recognize people is also to help them feel good about themselves, feel okay, be able to accept themselves. But if no one is doing this for you, you got to learn how to accept yourself.
So it's advisable to accept yourself.
Accept yourself.
Yes. You don't condemn yourself.
You don't condemn yourself. We call that self-love. One of the reasons for low self-emotional intelligence is because people don't have ability to love themselves.
That's because we think it's selfishness.
No, it's not selfishness. Self-care. That's called self-care. If you take care of yourself and you live healthy, you can work better, isn't it?
Yes.
When you work on yourself, you can, if you marry, you can help your husband better, your kids better, society better. So an improved individual is improved society. An improved husband is an improved family. So if you take care of yourself, unfortunately, we don't take care of ourselves. You abandon yourself. You reject yourself. You just focus on other people and say, oh, you are selfish. No. Self-care is fundamental if you have to experience emotional stability, emotional sanity, emotional health, and emotional wellness. Self-care.
Now, finally, how do we naturally increase the dopamines you mentioned?
Good. There are 5 atmospheres everybody must avoid. Number 1, avoid any atmosphere that amplifies your weakness. Anywhere you go, people amplify your weakness. You are losing confidence and trust in yourself. You become depressed. And once you are depressed, there's an aspect of what we call the prefrontal cortex of the human mind, the brain. Now, this particular part is what is responsible for the executive functioning and the personality of the human being. But this particular part of the brain depends largely on serotonin. So little serotonin you have within your system affect your executive functioning and your personality. So atmospheres that belittle you, atmosphere that amplifies your weakness. In fact, anybody that reinforces your weaknesses is detrimental, is acidic, is jeopardizing to your health. Whether they are your boss, your sister, your brother, your wife, your husband, avoid such atmospheres. You will not be happy. And once you are not happy, once you are not exciting, once you are not courageous, you can't produce some of this hormone. Avoid the atmosphere that produces a lot of worry and complaint. Everybody, people are just complain. You know, when you are complaining, you become a narcissist. You become a nagging person. You nag about everything. You become dissatisfied. You can't be thankful. You can't be grateful. But gratefulness and contentment are great keys in emotional health. They help you produce what? Oxytocin. When you are grateful to life, you are grateful to where you have reached, what you have gotten. But complain, worry, these things, they suck the joy, the happiness out of your system. And you don't even find the reason why you should be happy. You're always complaining. There's no reason why. You come to work, instead of you to focus on what is working, you focus on what is not working. So it produces complaining. I don't like such people. I don't want to live in such environment where always complain, nagging, no, murmuring. This thing does not work. Above all, people should be able to love themselves. When you love yourself, it doesn't really matter who doesn't like you. You like yourself. You admire yourself. You appreciate yourself. Sometimes feel yourself. Take yourself out for a treat. Don't do what you call destination addiction. Destination addiction is where people are waiting to get something before they can be happy.
Okay.
You are going to get your first degree before you know that me too have went to school.
Yes.
You are going to get your first car before you know that have happened. You are waiting. A lot of ladies are there. She's waiting to have my man, my baby, before I can be happy. You are waiting to be married before you can be happy. These are called destination addiction. You are postponing your happiness. And when you do that, you are depleting the reserves of your joy, of your peace, of your soundness. It will never be healthy for you.
People like Apostle and his colleagues I think they are the people that are keeping humanity on the right angle. Because if we lose our mental sanity, we lose everything.
Yeah, you lose everything.
Please give us your last words. Give us can we get in touch with you?
All right, so you can always find me on Facebook, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries.
Okay.
On all social handles, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries. On YouTube, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries. On TikTok, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries.
Oh, he's on TikTok as well. So that's easier.
on Instagram, Apostle Theophilus Jeffries. I am the president and founder of the Accra College of Professional Coaching, where I do coaching work. You want to be a life coach. You want to be a certified coach. You want to learn how to be a relationship coach. You want to be a marriage coach. Any of life certified coaching courses, we train people for that. But you want us to come and coach your workers for you in terms of emotional intelligence, teach your children, your work. Somebody have therapy, depression, somebody have character deficit behavior, because we do all this professionally. So you really can contact us for any of these services, and then you won't regret finding us to help you. Don't forget, I'm a love therapist. I'm a certified emotions hygienist. This way people don't like pronouncing emotionologist. Certified emotional intelligence hygienist. Yes, professionally.
I'm in love with that aspect. For that aspect, I'll get in touch with him personally.
Powerful.
This is how you wrap up. You know it has been interesting, and I'm sure you've learned something as well. Don't stress somebody's son. Please. Don't stress somebody's son.
Can you repeat it again?
Don't stress somebody's son. Don't send them to their early grave. We are begging you. We need more of the men in our society. A big thank you to Apostle Theophilus Jeffries. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. Blessings to humanity is our focus.
God bless you. Amen. And to his team as well. This wouldn't be possible without any of them. Shout out to Histrich, my producer, SM behind the camera. My name remains Abina Mandi, and until we meet again, remember to think safety, and practice safety.